Alright, this is going to be our first in-conference game. We've been waiting for this to see how we do this year in conference. We've completed all the out-of-conference games we had scheduled at the beginning of the year. Now it's in-conference time. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and look at my scouting here. I know I got an alert. There's a few more people ready to visit. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule those. So I see Calvin Carter's ready to visit. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. When do I want to bring him? I'm going to go ahead and bring him in when I play North Texas at home. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule him there. I'm going to look through the rest of these. Here we go. Here's another one. Hunter Watkins. I think I'm also going to bring him in at North Texas. Quite a few. I think I have like 5 prospects ready to visit. I'm going to go ahead and do him for this game. See, close. He'll be ready next game or next week. Let's see. Go down here. I know I had a few more. So he's coming week 13. He's ready now. Travis Thompson. I'm going to go ahead and bring him at North Texas. We got a lot of people coming from North Texas. We got to play a really good game that week. Let's go ahead and bring him in later. Let's see. Going on down here. All right. And that's it. Actually, I need to spread out the rest of these points. Only I have 70 points this week. So I'm going to take some off these guys. We have got really huge leads and go ahead and spread it out down below. See if we can't get any of the others recruits. And, you know, we got a bye week next week. So I think at the end of our game here, I'm going to go ahead and allocate the points to those other to those other prospects again at the end of this, so you won't miss that in the next episode. Offering a few scholarships here. Man, I'm well out of the lead of that one there. It's too bad. Go ahead and remove him. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Go ahead and remove. You know, that one hurt. I really wanted him at the beginning of this season. It's too bad we didn't get him. We're in a lead here. Only got 10 points, so so where are we gonna put it? Now I got 5 points. That's all the points. Let me look at these. That one, that Brent Horn. I really should take that 400 away, but I'll go ahead and bring it down to 380 because I think I may be gaining on it. Trevor Lawson, go ahead and remove him. Same thing with Jacob Mueller. Our targeting board is really getting small, isn't it? Smaller, I should say. I know a lot of these we don't have a chance. We might as well remove them off the board. Yeah. Terrence Clark. We're down by 2,000 there. Yeah, so we're pretty much cut off from him almost. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave him on there. I may take him off next week. See that? Michael Kirk. I think I started putting 355. I remember right last time. And we may be catching up. So we may be catching up here in Isaac Russell too. I'm going to take some off Michael Kirk. And put a bunch on Isaac Russell. Even though he's a 1-star recruit, we need somebody. He has a scrambler. I really want to start scrambling with a quarterback. You know, even though my quarterback right now is a decent quarterback, every time I run out right or left, the defensive ends catch me every time. I need somebody with a little bit more speed. And you know, the Florida International Golden, the Panthers there, their record is deceiving. They are better than us on paper. Go ahead and change my uniforms there to our alternate away uniform, but they're 1-3, yet they're a lot better than us. So I would like to, maybe later on, I'm going to go and look and see who they played earlier. You know, they could have been playing top 25 teams to go, you know, 1-3. So their defense is 32nd in the nation. That's pretty good. Ours is 11th. We're first in yardage. We're 69th in total offense. We're the 118th. Oh, that's probably where it is. They can't score. They score 15 points a game. Well, let's hopefully they don't, you know, climb up the rankings by playing us. Hopefully we can shut it down. So here we are, our 2 visiting prospects. 3 sacks. We might get that. 2 tackles for loss. I think we'll get that. Offensive line, rush for over 100 yards. We will get that. Because our running back is pretty good. O'Neal, he can get those yards. He can get 100 yards. He's averaged over 100, 150 yards almost every game this year so far, this season. So I think that's easily accomplishable goals.
Hi, everybody.
All right, let's get this thing started.
Bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show.
So I'm trying something a little bit different for this episode. I kept the gameplay audio a little bit higher, so maybe you could hear a little bit of the commentation in the background of what's going on in the game. And just like I have in previous games, I will be simulating the offensive snaps of Florida International, and I'll simulate that to see what happens. You'll see the simulations here. And, hey, I won the toss. That's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and defer that kick, and we'll start off by playing defense, which I'll do here is go ahead and kick off the ball. I'm going to kick to the left like I normally do. And then I'm going to simulate their possession and see if they give the ball back to us and see if we can score. So that, you know, instead of you having to watch this for or an hour and 15 minutes, you get to watch it for 40 or 35 minutes. This episode's going to be a little bit longer because we're going to do some more recruiting at the end, or prospect point sharing through the bye week. All right. It's time to start working on that 100 yards rushing game. So, O'Neal, you better get ready. You're going to get some carries this game. Go ahead and start off with a run just right off the bat. See how this, they had 3-man front, and, man, that defensive end, he was fast. Caught me, number 99. I don't know who that is, but held me to 4 yards. You know, sometimes, though, I think it was Arkansas that I played, they really kept me pinned in at first. But this team is playing me pretty smart now. They're playing that 4-man front. They know that I am a running man. He broke that tackle off my fullback and kept me to 1 yard. So this is unusual. 3rd and 6 after 2 runs. Usually maybe 3rd and 1, but not 3rd and 6. So we're going to have to pass here. See what happens. First pass of the game. Let's see how fast those defensive ends are.
He scrambled.
Right, Wise open, but he stopped in stride, and I am short by 3 yards. It looked like I got more yards than 3. But I guess not, so you know what? I'm going to have to punt this ball away and go ahead and give it back to Florida International.
Brown, the return man.
So here we go with a punt. And the run back. Now I'm going to go ahead and they got 14-yard run back. You don't know if you've been watching this series for a while. I've noticed a lot of times that my special teams, particularly, look at that. This is not good. They scored on me on the first possession that they had. So, or actually the second possession that they had. After I punted them, they ran it all the way back for a touchdown. Well, of course, they had plays getting it back, and they stopped my running again. 1 yard rush.
O'Neal gets about a yard on the play.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
And let's go. All right, we got 1 yard rushing. Let's see what we do this time. We're going to go ahead and do a pass play. Let's see if A gets open. And my wide receiver, Ryan Gross, 20 yards reception. Great catch. That was pretty risky, though, throwing right in there between defenders. All right. Let's Let's get this running game back started. We got to wear them down. They got a 3-man front. You saw that linebacker on the left. He was free, and he was zeroing down on me. And as soon as he committed to the gap, I cut to the right.
On the 40-yard line.
All right. All right, O'Neal, I'm going to go ahead and do a bash right up the middle with the fullback blocking and see if we can't get some. Yep, we got a first down and then some, 7-yard. Now that's what I'm used to right there.
Credit those two defenses in that first quarter, or blame the offenses for a lack of production. The Golden Panthers lead 7-0.
All right. Let's
Back
see.
to the action now here in the second
Working on that 100 yards rushing, and then I'll start working on the 100 yards passing. Well, we'll go ahead and do a pass play here. Rolling out, and the defensive, he just breaks free.
The smart quarterbacks and offensive
Sacks me for -5 yards, for 5 yards. Got a 5-yard loss here. And I was about to throw it. There was a wide receiver open, but he was open because they started blitzing me. But he didn't have time to throw the ball, so there I go. I take the sack, 2nd and 15. So let's see if we can get some of these yards back with O'Neal, because they don't look like they're blocking against. Man, those linebackers they ran around all their blocks. And hopefully in the off season, or we get a lot of commitments from prospects. Beautiful throw there, 15 yards. I did not think he was in. I would challenge that, and it's not going to give us a good look there, is it? No. I mean, I can't tell there, but it looks like he landed out of bounds to me. You know, if they could challenge on this or do a booth review, I would do it. But we'll go ahead and start the next play. Don't look like they're going to stop. Don't look like they're going to stop it and review it. So we'll go ahead and go on. I'm going to go ahead and do the goal line and see if we can get some more yards on the goal line, get some blockers up front, because we ain't blocking anybody. So 7 yards rush by Jeff O'Neal. We'll go ahead and take that. Already in the second quarter, guys, losing 7-0 with 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in the second half. In the first half.
They need about 3
They do
yards
some
to
slants
get the
here.
first here on 2nd down.
See if B gets open. Right. Well, A was open. Quentin Anderson got me 13 yards. It looks like we're on the 3-yard line, so not too bad. Didn't score. I was hoping for a score there. We'll get the halfback right now. So, hey, you know what? My quarterback's 4 for 4. Not bad. Total yards, 74. Unstoppable. Right up the middle. 2-yard touchdown. And just like that, we've tied this game. Or we're going to tie it as soon as we get this point. PAT. And we've tied the game, guys. There we go. Now it looks like ECU, they're one of our rivals. We have 2 major rivals, ECU being one of them. And I believe that we actually play them after our bye week. So they're 1-3, so I hope they continue to lose. Maybe they're not as good this year. And I believe we play them in East Carolina. All right, running. I had a good beat. I ran around all the blockers, and he shed me like Teflon. Could not stick to him. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the next possession here. And they punted. They went 3 and out and punted to us, so we got the ball back. We're on our own 42, so we have great field position. So let's see if we can get it back downfield and get some points here. Went ahead and rushed. O'Neal's got a great 12 yards rushing there. My cheerleaders jumping in the air. Hey, have you ever noticed that even when you're playing away, your cheerleaders are there? I don't think that cheerleaders travel to hostile stadiums. I mean, that's one of the things I would put on this game, that, you know, your cheerleaders don't travel. I've meant to mention it a few times in the previous episodes that, hey, what? I'm playing in Arkansas or whatever, and my cheerleaders are here. You know? Sort of strange, you know? All right, going to do some quick slants here to see if we can get some yards, test their pass.
He's on the run.
B is open. So is A.
On the run, gets it to his man. They'll bring him
Anderson,
down at
21
the 18.
yards. Man, he is playing really good. That defensive back was on him, but he had at least 2 or 3 links on him. I know he couldn't close the gap if I threw the bullet. Now we're in the red zone. Got 6 first downs. We just run it.
Up the middle for a nice game.
Well, that's weird, but he still got 5 yards. Sort of bebopped around like a pinball machine for some strange reason. All right. O'Neal's getting a little tired. Maybe we'll use him one more time here before he goes out of the game. Let's do the lead read option.
Ball on the 13.
See if we keep the ball here, or we can throw it back to our running back. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I got some great blocks. I got the first down, and I was pushed. I was trying to use a truck stick, trying to get across that goal line. And, you know, I'll get some of the yards back. I got 2 for 5 yards, even though that was more. Those sacks are counting against me for my yardage. So Henry's in now, so I'm going to, you know, I really want to try a pass play here. A's wide open, and what was that? Why did he quit running that route? That was a touchdown, and he just quit running the route in the middle of it, and my ball just went past through the end zone. So let's try another pass play here.
From the 3-yard
Let's see.
line. Second down.
Right. Maybe Henry will get open. And he's wide open. And because nobody's covering Henry. And they, man, that'd be illegal. That should be a penalty, tackling him after he already scored a touchdown. But hey, he's happy. He doesn't really play that much. And so, you know what? He gets a touchdown. The quarterback gets a touchdown. And everybody's happy. And just like that, before halftime, we've got a 14-7 lead. And we're going to go ahead and kick this ball off. I'm going to kick it off to the left. You know, I've been complaining about my special teams, so maybe I shouldn't be kicking off to the left here. Maybe I should start kicking off to the right. I don't know. I'll have to try it. And it just pancaking me all over, pushing me, stiff-arming. Luckily, I get a tackle on the 33-yard line. Or 31, it looks like there. Go ahead and simulate to the end of this possession. And I get it back. 4th and 10, and he throws it away. So we're on our third 39-yard line. You know what? Let's go for the Hail Mary. Let's see if we can get all the way down there. We got 1 second. Why not? We'll give it a chance, right? I don't know what. I know that Broussard does not have the arm on him that he needs to get this pat. And here I go, getting sacked by the fast defensive ends. He is Broussard is not a scrambling quarterback. But hey, we're going to go in the locker room with the lead, and we get the ball. So there's that too.
Thanks, guys. Second half action just about ready to start here.
Parker fields it at the 9. He's out to the 30. They'll bring him down
All right.
at the 35.
Swoop Parker, 26-yard return, and it's time to get this ball moving.
So they're just about set to get
All
the
right.
game going again.
14 rushes, 7 pass. Still looking at breaking that 100-yard barrier so we can get some recruiting points, prospect points, some bonus points. 14 yards rushing. That's a beautiful rush. A 5.6-yard average, 1 touchdown already.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Gonna try to roll out to the right and see what's open here. And, you know, I can't believe I broke. And here we go. I broke the tackle, which was awesome, and everybody was covered. And as soon as the guy came down on me, leaving wide open, I tried to throw it to him, to flip it over to him, and but I was not fast enough. That defensive end or linebacker, he got me pretty good. So I'm going to try to get some of these yards back with a rush. Using a truck stick here, and I get 10 yards. So I get 10 of the yards. Well, I lost 1 yard in that play, and I got 10 back. So now I'm only 3rd and 1, which is manageable. I think we can get this. Keep this clock moving. keep it out of Florida International's hands. And yes, I trucks. I thought somebody was going to hit me before I got to the line there, so I started using a truck stick before I got there and got knocked on my butt, but not before we got the first down. So we'll take it. And now we're first down again, and you know, Neil's getting tired again, so I think we'll use him here one more time and then let him go in, and we'll try some pass plays. Broke a tackle there, got a spin, got a 3-yard, you know, mid-air spin. And he's got 83 yards already. So I think we're safe to say we will break the 100 yards rushing. Because we did get 10 yards earlier, or actually our quarterback, he has 5 yards. So we're looking at about 12 yards before we break our 100-yard need for our prospect. Rolling out. Hey, this time nobody's catching me. A looks like he's getting... You know, I just threw to A, and I noticed X was wide open in the middle of the field. Probably could have scored a touchdown. As soon as I threw it, I saw X wide open. So that's just too bad. I'm sure you've seen a lot of things, too. You can put it in the comments if you've seen anything that I should have done. And, you know, like I said, I'm not an expert at this game. I love this football. Here, to try to do a screen pass here. Looks like I'll get some yards. Henry is actually running. He's usually one of my slower running backs. That's why I don't like to use him. But it seems like he's been running a lot faster lately. So San Diego State, who we beat last week, is losing again. I just saw in the scroll there. You know, I didn't know Neil was hurt. I think our replacement running back Henry is running all right. So I'm going to go ahead and they said the prospect of O'Neal returning was very high that he'd be injured. So I'm going to leave him out and just go ahead and take Adam Henry as the workhorse for this game and see if we can't win this with him, because he seems to be playing. You know, maybe he's what we need for this game. Florida International was they were stopping O'Neal quite a bit in this game, so we'll just go with Henry and bash them in the mouth with him. So even though they had 3 tacklers on him, he's still got a yard. 3rd and 3 here. I really would like to get another touchdown here. I'd feel comfortable going into 4th quarter with a 2-touchdown lead. So let's go ahead and do a pass here. It's we're 2 for 3. We'll do the short. Here we go.
He scrambled.
Right button was open. I saw him breaking loose, and there's Ben Allen, my fullback, scores a touchdown. He's not active. Well, he's not involved in too many of my plays, and so he's got to be happy about that touchdown. He was wide open. That was beautiful. Going against the traffic. Everybody else was running right with the receivers, and he runs left. Touchdown. Oh, and he almost got through there. So now I have a 2-touchdown lead. We'll go ahead and do the kickoff, and then we'll go ahead and simulate their possession, see if they score, get the ball back, and then let's run the clock down some more. So there's the kickoff. Not too bad. It's not in the end zone where I want it, and he's going to run it back. They run it. And look at that. He jumps right over my defender and gets out to the 32-yard line. 30-yard line. I've got to get better on special teams. So I think next game I'm going to kick. I'm going to start kicking off to the right and go ahead and simulate this possession. They punted it 44 yards. Looks like we're on our own 17, so we got a long way to go. But what I was saying is, I think next game, I'm going to kick off to the right and see how those defenders are. And then, you know what? If they're about to score, I luck out and tackle them like I have on this time, like I did in this game. Because this is Conference USA. This is not the SEC here I'm playing. I may need to start kicking off in the middle and seeing how we hold them there. All right. Let's start getting that. We still haven't gotten the 100 yards rushing yet that we need as a team to satisfy our recruits' desires for us to get 100 yards. I think we're doing okay on the defensive side since we've been holding them. So third, we got the ball back here on our own 32. And third quarter's ticking away here. I don't think I'm going to get this play off before it ends. And we'll go ahead and go to the 4th quarter with a 2-touchdown lead.
And that'll bring this
First down and 10, 21-7, Southern Mississippi. Hey, so, you know what's been nice this game is I haven't thrown any touchdowns. Haven't turned the ball over. I did throw once in that double coverage, but Gross actually caught the ball, which was amazing. So I've been sort of lucky during this game.
Taken down right around the 36-yard line.
All right, so Ben Allen got 5 more yards. I'm going to start getting him a little bit more involved in the games here since he seems to be able to catch. Air Force beats Navy. Oh, that's bad news for Navy there for that President Cup.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on the 36.
Louisiana Tech scored on UTEP on the field goal. Do another, getting Henry.
He makes it out.
He couldn't quite push his way through the linebacker that time. Hey, but he's averaging 5 yards. I'll take that, right? All right. 3rd down and 2. We need 2 yards here. So I'm going to just jam up the middle with Henry. Come on, Henry. You can do it. And he gets it. It was close. He got 2 extra yards, but it looked like he was being held pretty good there, so not too bad. And the clock is going to continue on. Florida International still has all 3 timeouts. We're below 4 minutes. Now that they've respotted the ball, the clock has started to tick. That's one thing different about college football is once the ball is spotted, the clock starts ticking. Oh my God! I was throwing a screen there. This screen was wide open. As soon as I threw it, the ball got knocked. And if Lyman could catch, that would have been a pick 6. So good thing I'm not playing a ACC or SEC school. I could have been in trouble there. So here we go. I'm just going to run to the right, and things are white. Truck stick it. Got 9 yards rushing there. Beautiful play. I think we're slowly putting this game away. A little over 3.5, a little less than 3.5 minutes. With a 2-touchdown lead, if I can get a field goal or a touchdown on this possession, that will really seal this game. And I may just spare everybody and sim all the way to the end.
From the 45-yard line.
All right.
1st down.
Going to try a little pass play here. Play action. Roll out to the right. B looks open. And, oh my God, he was open, and that number 23 was back in the zone waiting for me to pass and just stepped up into the ball. Unbeknownst to my wide receiver, obviously, because he should have came at the ball as well. Of course, I shouldn't have thrown the ball. So here we go again. B is open, wide open, great miss. I was truck sticking and I started stumbling because I didn't hit anything. So if I wouldn't have truck sticked with him, I probably could have maintained my footing and got at least another 5 or 6 yards. But hey, we'll take it. We're on the 14-yard line. We're at least in field goal range now, which is good.
Just under 3 to go.
All right, another passing play here.
Now he's scrambling.
X is open. Oh, no, he's not. And there we go. I sort of jinxed myself going into the 4th quarter with no turnovers, no interceptions, and number 23 again just sitting back in his zone waiting for me like a shark. Let's go ahead and send the next position, and we intercepted. We ran it back for 10 yards. We're on our own 25-yard line, it appears. So, hey, a minute and 52 seconds left. Our ball, they still have 3 timeouts. I'm going to go power O to the right. Great block by number 79. Oh, truck stick and ran the dude over. Adam Henry, 16 yards rushing. They cannot stop him. Matt Grant finally tackles me, and he's got 8 tackles, and that's pretty sad when your defensive back or your safety has the most tackles on your team. That is not a good thing. You know, if anybody has the most tackles on the team, you want it to be a lineman. That means he's catching your runner or he's sacking the quarterback. The free safety, having the most tackles in the game means that you've gotten deep on them a lot. Thinking I like this tight end attack here. Haven't tried that this game yet. I should do power O to the right. Worked so well last time. Oh, I got hung up around my defensive lineman, or my offensive lineman, but I get the first down, so we'll keep the clock ticking. Florida International uses their last timeout. So now we can run the clock a little bit here. Now I think I'll try this tight end attack this time. So they got 2 linebackers back with 4 on the front on the line. A is open. Mason, beautiful catch. Looks like he got about 13 yards there. Well, it says 14 yards. Which we'll take. First down now. Change the play up. And I got sacked. I did not even see that. I was looking at the wide receivers. I saw them streaking. Because I was hoping they could streak and outrun him and get into the end zone. And as soon as I started to throw it, I got sacked. I didn't even see that coming. So bravo, computer, you got me. So 2nd and 21 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. Let's see if we can get it down the field again.
He's on the run.
And is that number 23? No, it's 13. I would say, is that number 23 that just intercepted me again? I threw across my body. And just like that, I've thrown 2 interceptions in the first quarter. I mean, good thing I didn't do this in the first quarter. Go ahead and simulate to the next possession. And I think they turned the ball over to me on downs because I'm on their 34-yard line. They didn't do anything with that ball. Went for it out and didn't even move it. Maybe about 5-6 yards. So I've run 31 times. I lost my controller. Hold on, guys. I would have edited this out, but you guys see me get sacked there, so I didn't edit it.
Southern Miss will take their first time out of the half.
All right. I went ahead and called timeout because I want to make them pay for those 2 sacks. Let's see if we can get it down. We got 16 seconds. Can we score in 16 seconds? We know we're not going to lose the game now. This is a more of a how much of a beating I'm going to put on Florida International for sacking me. And X was wide open. He jumps, catches the ball, 39-yard reception. Puts me on the goal line, on the 3-yard line. I went ahead and called a timeout. I'm going to go into goal line offense. I'm going to use the fullback dive here since he's been playing really well. Caught a touchdown for us. Let's see if he can push these linemen over and get us a touchdown. There he goes. Oh, my God, that was close. How did he not do that? I went ahead and called timeout again. That was my last timeout. This time, let's try the quarterback sneak. We'll try the quarterback sneak and see if we can't score on them. Man, they're really bunched up in the front and don't look good. I wish my fullback was running again. And they stopped. How did they stop me? I could swear I was over. That needs to be reviewed. But you know what? They're not going to review that. They know I'm just punching Florida International in the face. So we're going to take away. We're going to leave the game with a 21-7 win here. I want to look at our player stats here before we go back to recruiting, and I also want to take another look at the top 25, see what they're doing. So it looks like we got a head coach, Drew Von Erich, got an upgrade, so that's awesome. Oops, press run. We're going to look at player stats, not. There we go. So 13 for 18, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 72% completion. Not bad. We started off 4 for 4. Remember, we were looking pretty good. O'Neal, 83 yards. Henry, 69. Not a bad for coming in near the middle of the third quarter and running it the other way, the rest of the way. Let's look at defensive. So we did get 3 sacks, which satisfy. I believe that's what satisfies the recruit, and he wanted 2 tackles for losses, and we got 6 actually. So we're good there. So we did get some extra points. We did not pass for the amount of yards they wanted us to pass, but that doesn't surprise me. I rarely ever get over 200 yards passing. unless it's garbage time, you know, and I'm losing by a lot, and I'm trying to get into the game. As you notice there, a lot of those passing yards were garbage time. We already had the win in hand, so it looks like LA Tech is winning there. So we won 21-7. Our head coach is now level 4, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and advance the week here. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. Alright, I went ahead and skipped ahead so you didn't see all that stuff like you normally do. And we lost 2 recruits committed to Tulsa. Another guy just recruited to the school we just beat. That's bullcrap. And we go ahead and let's spend these. Actually, let's go to the coaching tree and go ahead and put our points on our head coach here. That one's no vibration. You know, that really doesn't bother me. And each week, I think I want this extra 500 points for weeks 8 through 15. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Look at these others, yeah. So that'll give us an extra 500 points to use starting on week 8. Go ahead and save that for now. And let's see. When you win like this, the players are having a lot of fun out there. Keep it up. So my job is safe right now. Hopefully it's safe. I'm 4-1. Oregon Ducks are now number 1. And it looks like Stanford lost to number 19 Washington. So Stanford dropped out for number 1. We have a new number 1 now. Ohio State lost to Northern University. And we're still not in the others receiving votes. Alright, so now let's go back to recruiting. We actually have quite a few recruiting points this time because some of the big recruits that we were aiming for have obviously committed to other schools. So I'm going to go ahead and we've got a huge lead here on John Kemp. And we've got a lot of these players here we've got big leads on, so can't wait to get these guys next year. This 4-star recruit, you know, we got him. We got a 3-star running back, a 4-star outside linebacker, 3-star wide receiver. I think we, in the next 2 or 3 seasons, we're going to have a team to contend with. You know, I'm going to do my best to win the Conference USA here and try to get us out of this conference. But I'm going to go ahead and clean some more of these people up. Got a huge lead there, but I want to maintain that lead. I want that guy to go ahead and commit to our school. I think I got some people, too, I need to go to the school visit, too, and schedule visits. But as soon as we get out of this conference, you know, those 3- and 4-star recruits will start being easier to recruit, and we're going to need them to stay competitive. Because as you saw, playing that one SEC team, Arkansas, who's probably one of the weaker, well, not in every year, but in many years, one of the weaker football teams in the SEC. Don't get me wrong, where they're weak in football, they make up in basketball. And we got locked out of that from that student there, but we didn't have a chance with him anyway. I'm going to go ahead and remove him. John Mitchell, we're going to go ahead and increase that lead so we don't go ahead and use a lot of those points. Let's see here. I want to increase the lead here as well for that free safety. And we're well behind on him, on Ross McClellan. But we're not behind by much on this tight end here. So I'm going to give a little bit more to him. And, man, we probably don't have a chance on Terrence Clark and Michael Kirk. Man, we're down by 16. And the last 3 here have already committed to other schools. So now I need to look at the visiting. Alright, let's look at our visiting schools. I know we have a few players ready to visit with us. Close, he'll be ready next time. He's coming week 12. Let's see. Week 13, here we go. Trey Williams, a wide receiver. We'll put him on North Texas. A lot of people coming when we play North Texas. We're going to have to kick their butt. So he's ready. I'm going to go ahead and schedule him from North Texas too, so we can get these points on these recruits sooner than later. Another good wide receiver here. Let's see who else we got ready to visit. Alright, so we got 400 points from that team visit for him. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate or advance the week to ECU, week 8. And now our offensive coordinator is level 3, and our defensive coordinator is now level 3 as well. So I wonder if we get any extra points for those. We'll see here. And we lost 2 more recruits. We had like 3 lock us out and 2 commit to other schools. I guess that's a problem when you're Southern Miss, right? And let's see if we get some coach news here. And we'll go ahead and allocate the points later. But let's go ahead and look at the top 10 here. Or top 25. And see if Stanford came back. No, looks like Stanford even dropped even further. But Oregon stayed number 1. Florida drops 1, even though they won barely at LSU. And let's see, Stanford lost again to Utah and dropped to number 18. So they went from number 1 to number 9 to number 18. So that's not good. Texas also lost to number 2, and they dropped six places to lose to number 2. I don't know, that's a big drop if you ask me. Arizona drops out. We're still not in the others receiving votes yet. And the last thing I'll do here is go ahead and we do have upgrades available.